Hello, class. My name is Dave Kuschel, and my unique skill set for my career path is an Army maintenance test pilot. In this presentation, I will discuss what an MTP or maintenance test pilot is with the book definition along with my own personal definition. I will give some personal attributes I believe are needed to be a good MTP. Next, I will go over a few of the professional attributes I believe are required to succeed in this job. Then, I will talk about how these attributes assist my employer when industry changes come down the pipe. I'll give you a summary, my reference, and then my email if you have any questions. Let's get started. The book definition of a maintenance test pilot is somebody who manages and executes the commander's maintenance program. They provide advanced troubleshooting skills for their specific aircraft in order to facilitate repairs and maintenance. Additionally, they are responsible for conducting maintenance test flights to determine the airworthiness of the unit's aircraft. Maintenance test pilots advise the commander on all the issues related to maintenance, such as people, parts, and equipment. Now here's my definition. Now, besides being the best looking pilots in the unit, MTPs are usually the most knowledgeable people when it comes to scheduled and unscheduled maintenance. They know the aircraft's inside and out and all the little intricacies that they have. They are the person the commander comes to for immediate information as far as the readiness of their aircraft. Additionally, MTPs are the go-between the pilots upstairs and the crew chiefs downstairs because let's face it, pilots are kind of jerks. Now, before you can become an MTP, there are some steps you must take. First, I am a soldier. That means I need to maintain my fitness, show proper respect, and do all the things required of me to stay in the military. Next, I'm a mission pilot. That means I'm required to pass all the annual proficiency and readiness testing, as well as gunnery, vehicle recognition, night flying, and all the weekly classes that are required of me. Don't worry, there's more things I have to do as well. This is all before I can even do my duties as a maintenance test pilot. And finally, I am a leader. I must maintain all these standards because I would lose my credibility if I cut corners and slacked on safety. Some personal attributes I believe are required to succeed as an MTP, as well as in life, is to be the hardest worker on the flight line. That means if taking off at first light to complete a main rotor track and balance is needed, then you're going to be at work 2 hours before the sun rises. If you need to do an engine run-up so that the aircraft will be ready for that night flight, you stay late to get it done. Also, you must be committed to your job. You will not get the most flight time as an MTP, but you will get the most experience. You have to be satisfied with knowing that the aircraft flew on a 4-ship night mission and returned home safely. The good thing is everyone will come to you for answers because they know you are the subject matter expert. Additionally, you have to be a lifelong learner. Changes to procedures, updates to software, and tactical adjustments happen all the time. You have to be willing to adapt to these changes or you will quickly become irrelevant. Professional attributes required to be an MTP is to be the standard bearer for everything. Gone are the days of pilots with huge roguey mustaches, which is actually kind of a shame. Commanders want an officer who can push the limits without breaking the rules. You are in a position where junior soldiers, peers, and outside entities see you every day. Commanders want a good representation of the unit to be that MTP. Also, you have to be a troubleshooter. While conducting maintenance by the book is a requirement, some maintenance issues arise that are outside the scope of the manual. You must be a total systems expert to know where to start, or at least smart enough to know when to go outside for help. You also have to be able to learn that fault for next time. Finally, you have to be the decision maker when it comes to replacing million-dollar parts or spending more time troubleshooting. Remember, we don't always have the luxury of time when lives are on the line, and commanders cannot stay awake 24/7. You get paid to be the expert. Make those tough decisions. These attributes I listed help my bosses when changes happen. Multiple times a year, safety messages occur where we need to quickly come up with a plan to inspect, fix, and release the aircraft for flight. Additionally, aircraft modifications come from Boeing or from the Army that require us to down an aircraft for updates. Those updates could take a day, a week, or even longer. As an MTP, you need to balance the downtime with the training requirements. Finally, there are tactical considerations that come down which we have to train and prepare for. That means we sometimes have to change how an aircraft is configured, and that requires maintenance to fix it, test it, and then release that aircraft for flight. In summary, I discussed what an MTP is. I gave some personal attributes I believe are needed to be a good MTP. I went over a few of the professional attributes required to be a successful maintenance test pilot. And then finally, I talked about how these attributes will assist my bosses when industry comes down the pipe with some changes. This is my reference. So remember, I became a maintenance test pilot because you can always fix a helicopter. You can't always fix people. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at the email listed there. Thank you, and go Eagles!